Endangered pangolin suspected as main link between COVID-19 outbreak. Though much is still unknown about COVID-19, scientists are certain it traveled from animals to humans. The virus likely began in a wildlife market in Wuhan, China. However, scientists have been having trouble pinpointing exactly which animal the disease originated from. One of the possible culprits suggested by researchers is the pangolin. COVID-19 is a coronavirus, and most coronaviruses have been traced back to bats. Scientists have found more than 500 coronaviruses in bats in the past decade. Bats could very well have been the source of COVID-19, but bats aren't usually found in wildlife markets like Wuhan's. Many of the samples taken from the Wuhan market also did not test positive for bat meat. Chinese researchers have proposed that the pangolin acted as an intermediate host, catching the virus from bats, then transmitted it to humans at the market. Their research was unpublished but part of a Chinese university's press release. Despite the lack of evidence in the study, many celebrated the revenge of the pangolins, one of the most trafficked mammals on Earth. There is one reason why that may not have been what happened. It is very rare to find a pangolin at a wildlife market. Pangolins, also called scaly anteaters, are caught and killed for their scales, not for their meat. Their scales are normally used to create traditional Chinese medicine. Dead scales are unlikely to be the cause of COVID-19 infection. The pangolin, with 8 existing species, is native to Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. All of its species are part of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, also known as CITES. CITES is a multilateral treaty that was designed to protect endangered plants and animals from illegal trade. CITES prohibits international trade for commercial purposes. Because of this, smugglers bring the scales into China illegally. The scales, which are made of keratin, are then dried, crushed, and consumed in an effort to treat ailments like arthritis and lack of blood flow. It is important to note that there is no evidence that pangolin scales offer any medical benefits whatsoever. On February 11, National Geographic reported that from 2016 to 2019 alone, over 228 tons of pangolin scales were seized in airports and seaports. That would mean hundreds of thousands of pangolins killed for illegal trade. The accusations against pangolins as the spreaders of COVID-19 may now prove to be another threat to their existence. Aside from being hunted for their scales, they may also be killed for being the possible origin of the virus. Public fear and perception can affect efforts to conserve the dwindling species. Illinois Brookfield Zoo has spoken against the findings released by the Chinese researchers. The zoo is one of the few U.S. groups that have successfully bred pangolins. Pangolins have slow rates of reproduction, which only adds to the likelihood of their going extinct. Conservationists celebrated World Pangolin Day on February 15 to call for legislation and support for pangolins.